I'm sorry, but I'm going to piss you off on this video. Just bear with me, okay? This is very important. Pam Bondi and the Department of Justice just did something that most people completely missed. And guess what? It has to do with the Epstein files. And when you hear about it, you're going to be pissed, like I said, okay? And that reaction right there will not fix anything. But I will tell you this, okay? I will tell you what I think will. First, in the middle of the night, the DOJ quietly filed a motion basically asking a federal judge not to allow the third party to oversee the release of the Epstein files. There was no press conference, no announcements, just a quiet filing. And this did not come out of nowhere. I mean, here's the part that a lot of people have already forgotten. And I understand because the news cycle today is just absolutely insane. Congress passed a law that, required the DOJ to release the Epstein files. And it was bipartisan. God, even Trump signed the damn thing. And listen, deadlines were set, dates were clear, and the DOJ missed them. Not once, not twice, but multiple times. They also missed deadlines explaining why they missed the deadlines. Congress thought, courts will sort it out. But what happens when the DOJ ignores federal judges? Because after all of that, after missed deadlines, ignored requirements, a bipartisan group of lawmakers went to a federal judge and said something extraordinary. They said, we don't trust the DOJ to do this correctly. A third party needs to oversee the release. So that in itself is an absolute huge deal. Okay. That's Congress basically saying, we passed the law and the DOJ still, isn't following it. And instead of saying, okay, we'll comply, the DOJ responded by filing a motion quietly overnight, asking the judge to block oversight entirely. Basically also saying that you cannot force us to release these files, even though there's literally a law says that you have to. Really weird. So this is the moment where, it stops being necessarily about Epstein and it starts being about power. Because think about what that actually means. All right. If the DOJ can, ignore a law passed by Congress, miss court ordered deadlines, refuse to explain itself, and block oversight, what actually forces them to comply? Can anything, force them to comply? I mean, that's the question people aren't really asking right now. A lot of Americans assume accountability is automatic, that if Congress passes a law, the executive branch has to follow it. But what we are watching right now is the complete opposite, and it's terrifying, okay? We are watching a system where the law exists, everyone agrees on it, and it still doesn't get enforced because no one is making the DOJ do it. And here's where this gets even more dangerous. I mean, the news cycle, like I said before, is moving so fast that people are already forgetting about the Epstein files. I mean, new crises, new headlines, new outrage, and the DOJ knows that. Dragging things out works when attention disappears. I mean, every missed deadline, every, quiet filing, every delay, it all relies on one thing, that the public stop paying attention. I mean, people think the danger here is whether the files ever come out, but that's not the real risk, okay? The real danger is what this proves about accountability, because if the DOJ can ignore this law, a law with bipartisan support, massive public interest and national attention, then no law is safe. No civil rights laws, no surveillance limits, no use of force rules. I mean, the message becomes simple. The law exists unless the people enforcing it decide it doesn't, right? And once that becomes normal, elections basically will not be fixing anything anymore. This isn't about Epstein anymore, guys. It's about whether laws mean anything if the agencies responsible for them can, just wait everybody out. And right now, that's exactly what's happening. And the only way for us to beat the DOJ and to get the Epstein files released is we cannot forget about them, guys. We are forgetting about them. People are talking about Venezuela, Greenland. They're talking about Minneapolis, Portland. They're talking about all of these outrageous things that are happening everywhere in the world, and they should, but they are forgetting about the Epstein files. The only way to hold the DOJ accountable is the only way we got them to agree to release them in the first place. You gotta be on top of them. You gotta talk about it. You gotta bitch about it. You gotta put it out there. That's the only way we're gonna hold them accountable. Thank you for watching. I am Jared Zisser, and this is Ring of Fire. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and turn on notifications to make sure you are informed about everything important in progressive politics today. And if you are looking for fact-based independent reporting all day, every day, follow me here on Instagram or here on Facebook. See you in the next video.